So today's practice session is going to be all about swing and release. So I'm going to try to give you guys some different camera angles, watch my release, watch me make different changes to my release as I'm working on a little bit of versatility and testing out how I can get my hand into different positions. So please enjoy. Hope you like try to move the camera around so you can get a good look and maybe even do some slow motion in the editing process. So if I can figure that one out. But enjoy. All right, so first off, just starting out pretty normal so you kind of get an idea of what's going on. So right now, just trying to work on getting my swing a little bit freer, a little looser, rolling the ball more off my hand. And as we get further into the video, I'll try to get my hand in some different positions without feeling like I have to muscle it. So right now, just trying to roll it. Pretty well, pretty good. Just really trying to have it fall from the top of the swing and then long and low, as John Jowdy used to say. All right, so quite a lot of friction out there. Move a little bit left here. A little more axis rotation. A little more angle, a little more axis rotation. That's pretty much how we do it. I felt like that one was pulled a little bit, so I'm going to try to roll it a little more, be a little bit more relaxed, and see if there's a difference to tell. That's pretty good. Again, a little more axis rotation than the first couple shots, about 4 boards further left with my feet too. Looks pretty good. Phase 2, still a good ball. Let's move the camera, get you guys a little bit lower, get you guys a little bit closer to my release, and you can kind of see what I'm trying to do. All right, a little extra zoom, a little more focus around the foul line. Again, really trying to just roll it, have it tumble off the friction. That one I lost off my hand a little bit, and it hit flat, so maybe you guys could tell it, but definitely felt like that one fell off my hand a little weak. Let's see if we can correct it here. So this one, I'm gonna try to be a little stronger with my release, still very forward. That's pretty good. Very forward roll, but a little stronger. Now we're going a little bit lower. I'm gonna try to throw the same shot as just did. Very forward with the roll, but a little bit stronger with my hand. Wasn't quite as good as the one before. A little bit brushed, but still very forward. And a little stronger off my hand. So all in all, still pretty good. So let's this is 3 further left, and I'm gonna be a little more on the side of it now. Whoa, it's way right. That's actually something that can happen sometimes when you rotate your hand a little bit more, get a little more on the side of it. You can tend to miss right. So that's basically what happened there. But let's try to do it again and keep the ball on the lane. That's better. All right, so a little too much on the side of it for that. So I can either move further left, didn't feel like the shape was that bad, or I can be a little more up the back of it. We might do something different. Actually just gonna switch balls. Was thrown to phase 2. Let's get into the sublime focus. And throw some shots with that one. Oh, very early. Definitely sees the friction quite a bit sooner. So with this one, I probably need to move further left. But I'm gonna try. First one here, I'm gonna try to just kind of lower my rev rate. So I know most people aren't looking for a weaker release, but it is useful sometimes. Now it just floats through that spot where it hooked on the other shot, just by softening up my grip pressure a little bit, lowering the rev rate a little bit. So even though we all want higher rev rates, it is useful to be able to go the other way too. Let's do it again. So when I'm lining up, I'm really relaxing my hand, loosening my grip pressure, and then just rolling it. Really just feeling like I'm not trying to do anything to the ball, just let it fall off my hand. We can try doing the opposite of that, so get a little stronger with the release. A little more grip pressure, a little more wrist tension. Pretty close. Not too bad. Definitely higher rev rate, more grip pressure, stronger release, hand in a stronger position. So let's move off of there. I'll move 2 left off of the last one. Try to do the same thing again. Hope you can tell that is definitely, my hand's definitely in a much stronger position compared to when I'm playing to the right, which right, the rolls a little bit different, rev rate's higher, and the ball just hooks sooner and hooks more. So let's try to tilt my wrist a little bit. Something I do to try to get my hand in a little more under the ball. Pretty good try. Not sure how that looked on camera, but definitely feel like my hand is tilted a little bit more. Let's see if I can show that to you. See here? So feel like my hand is, if you're watching my hand, like my hand is going like this a little bit more. Let's try to do it again. Now you kind of know what I'm talking about, look for. Really like that ball, it just looks really, really good on the lane. So the opposite of this, obviously, of going like this with the wrist, is obviously straightening it out and just kind of floating it like I did earlier when I was playing to right. So let's try to float it a little bit more. Not trying to hit it, not trying to be in a especially strong position, just kind of trying to roll it and float it down the lane. Still pretty good, but definitely lower rev rate, less power, much cleaner through the middle of the lane, but definitely worked out. Oh, middle of the lane starts to hook. The middle of the lane's hooking a little too much. Let's go into a little weaker ball. Let's go into the optimal curl. That's pretty good. Cleaner, still shapes. And you could say just do the adjustments with your release, but I want the ball to allow me to do adjustments with my release, not having to force me into spinning the ball to get it through the front and stuff like that. Let's do a little more tilt with this one too. A little stronger release again. Still a little different shape. We're gonna stand in the same spot this time, but gonna roll it a lot more. It's still gonna be fairly aggressive with my release. We're gonna roll it, gonna get it a lot more forward, a lot closer to the head pin. It's pretty good. Rev rate is probably about the same, but you can see breakpoint was much further left, and the ball roll was much more forward, a lot less axis rotation. Changes ball motion a lot when you change your axis rotation. So let's finish this off with a little tip on how to try and get your hand in a stronger position, like I am often working on. So I want to feel like my hand is more underneath the ball, and so I'm going to put more pressure on my index finger. Really want to feel pressure on my index finger. Use that to control the ball. Definitely gets my hand in a feel like it gets my hand more underneath the ball, which makes sense because if you're putting pressure on your index finger, the ball basically has to be cupped a little bit more. Let's try to do that again. Definitely seeing a little bit different kind of motion from that. It feels different. Let me know in the comments if you can actually see a difference on the video. But yeah, the big thing, if you want to get a stronger release, you have to get your hand, you have to fix everything leading up to the release, like your timing, which is what I'm mainly working on now. And then you have to get your hand further underneath the ball. So if you can do these things, like get your timing in a good spot, and then get your hand, feel like you're getting your hand more and more to the inside of the ball and more underneath the ball, like kind of like this. That kind of position where you're getting your hand to be more like that in the ball when you get down to the release point. You'll be in a much stronger position. You'll get a lot stronger roll, more rev rate, more power and also should get a more consistent release because your hand is in a better position. So let's see if I can finish this video off with doing that once. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. See how I work on my release, both getting more power, less power, more versatility. All right, most important thing about the release is obviously timing. If you're struggling with your release, probably check your timing. But I'm gonna try to get my hand in a really strong, good position here. Definitely felt like I was further underneath that one. Stronger position. All good things. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.